Ooh. We're live. Good evening, everyone. Oh, please pardon me. This is why I couldn't come live last week. The cold was very, very bad. It's getting better. So that's why I said today. But I've missed being here. Who's missed seeing my face, my chubby face? Okay, we'll just get right onto it. Apologies in advance. The class might not be an hour due to the cold that I still have. But I just know that I have to be here today, and that is why there's this thing about showing off. You don't have even the one I did not do last week was because my head was just literally banging, and I couldn't really be. But if I could, trust me, I will be. All right, so today we'll just get right on to it. And what are we going to be talking about today? Something very important. Of course, by now, you know my name. My name is Funola Akintola Williams. I am the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. We have an online mentorship academy for girls that we have curriculums, courses, trainings that we run girls through to help your girl um, evolve and become the kind of adult that you have always wanted, and most importantly, the kind of adult that God has always wanted. So, if you know you'll be learning this community, let's grow it together. Share our link. Let people join us. Let's and then bring your girls on board. That's the most important thing. I always say it's safer to work with girls in communities. It's safer to help girls in communities. Any growth that will happen, any shifting that will happen, any increase that will happen in your life or in the life of your daughter is not going to happen outside of the community. Rather, it will happen right inside that community. Okay, so we'll just get right onto it. What are we learning today? What are we sharing on today? We're learning on the 10 self sabotaging attitude of teenage girls and how to help them. Oh, girls self sabotage a lot. And how do I mean? They undermine themselves. They see that's the next closest word to it. Girls undermine themselves and they learn it. Trust me. Every wrong practice is a learned behavior. If you're watching me live, you might want to put that in the comment section. Every learned practice every bad practice is a learned behavior. Children learn how to lie. Teen girls learn how to be rude, learn how to be uncultured. Anything bad is learned. And that means if anything bad is learned, something good can also be learned. And girls undermine themselves a lot. Girls do not give themselves as much credit as they ought. Girls do a lot of things that shows that, oh, this is a self-sabotaging effort. And in case you're wondering, how does it show up? So I'm going to be sharing with you how self-sabotage shows up in teenage girls, especially. And unfortunately, that is a time of their life that they need to be building, They need to be working on self-development. But that is the time they're choosing to self-sabotage. That is the time they are choosing to undermine themselves. And if I'm from what we're going to be teaching this evening, you will see attributes and traits. And as I've said, what it is that is self-sabotage is, it's undermining yourself, it is putting yourself below par, it is trying to shortchange yourself. So unfortunately, it doesn't appear like that is what it is, but at the end of the day, that is what it is. And that is why I've taken my time to draw out some of them so that you can help your teenage girls. If you help them, when you help them say these things, then you can begin to help them walk through it, how to for them to come out of all of this self-sabotaging behavior. Like I said, it's subtle. It doesn't show as self-sabotage. Sometimes it shows us, oh, I like to do it. Sometimes it shows us, oh, it's not a big deal. Actually, most self-sabotaging habits hide under the guise of it is not a big deal. But by the time it becomes a constant way of doing things, and it becomes the very thing that you have said is not a big deal. So how are you going to help your girl? The idea is, don't forget, all of everything that you're learning here is to help your girl, and most importantly, bring them in our communities. Girls do better in communities. Your girl is going to thrive better when she understands that she's not the only one on this journey, when she understands that there are other girls like her striving for excellence. That awakens something. that wakens something in your girl. And that's what I said, that whatever change that's going to happen to your girl, or even you as an adult, it cannot happen outside of a community. That's to be a community of growth, a community of accountability, and that is what Street Academy is providing for your girls. Okay, so what are these self-sabotaging attitude, and now you're going to help your girl? Number one, girls do not want to know themselves. It's very funny, but this thing is very, very important. They do not want to know themselves. Girls, have you seen, I'm bored, oh, I can't be by myself, I can't be alone. So, see, being alone is different from being lonely. If you're watching me live, you can put that in the comment section. Being alone is different from being lonely. So, being lonely is you can even be with a lot of people, but somehow you're still missing the attention of a particular person. So, even though while you're still within people, you are still lonely. Do you understand? So, the conversation is not about being lonely, the conversation is about being alone. Now, girls can't sit with themselves, they can't sit. What they have to look for something to do. There has to be that there's a phone somewhere, or there's something keeping them from themselves. And the thing is, if you don't sit by yourself, how will you watch your thoughts? Do you know what? I started doing that, I wish that I started years back. Perhaps just started constantly, deliberately, intentionally watching my thought pattern, because I've come to a place of understanding that my thought pattern is a trajectory of which in which my life will automatically follow. Do you understand what I mean? And then girls are not willing to sit with themselves. They don't want to. I can't be. They even say things like, I can't be by myself. Why? What, the only person that you're gonna be living with all of your life is yourself. So the earlier our girls accept this, the better. And then the earlier, and how do I mean? If you can't sit with yourself, how are you then gonna sit with other people? How are you gonna sit with them to understand them, to empathize with them, to see their struggles, to see what they're going through when you can't? And that gives the reason why girls will be online. For the ones that have access to social media, they will be online 247, scrolling all of the sites, all of the blogs, everything. Why? Because a girl can't sit with herself. It's an act of self-sabotage. How? Because you never really get to know yourself, know your thought pattern, know what matters, know what is important to you, and what matters. It is when you sit with yourself, you are watching your thoughts, you're watching what you say. There's such a thing as watching what you say deliberately, watching yourself grow. There is such a thing. And our teenage girls need to learn it. My daughter, I said my mother, I'm sorry. My daughter will come to say, Mommy, I'm bored. I said, it's good. Boredom is a tool. And I said to her, when you're bored, these are the things you need to be doing. So think. So all of that can only come from when you're sitting with yourself. And how you going to help her? Help them. So the next time she comes to me, the last time she came to me to say, Mommy, I'm bored. I said, why are you bored? I asked that question. So I began to ask probing questions. And that is how to help your teenage girl navigate this not wanting to sit with themselves. Girls don't, and that if you don't sit with yourself, how are you going to know what matters to you? How are you going to know what you're going to accept? How are you going to know what you will never accept? It's not by watching yourself. It's not by watching your reaction to things. How do I respond to situations? Do you understand? Even a big self-awareness begins to happen when you begin to sit with yourself. How do I respond when I'm angry? How do I respond when I'm stressed? How do I respond when I feel confused? Are you aware that even some adults, they do not know how to answer all these questions? Some adults do not have, if they don't have words for all of the things that I've just said. When things happen to them, they do not know how they want to do it. They don't know how they can be. And that's why you see adults say things like, I don't even trust myself. You know, that's where all of that conversation is coming from, because they really do not know what they are capable of. So, and because it's not their fault, it's because they did not start early. I just started of prison myself, learning to sit. I sometimes I jokingly say to my elder sister, and then she goes to say, "How are you? Have you been?" I say, I'm fine. I say, I'm reasoning my life. Sometimes it's like a joke, but beyond that, I knew what I was doing. I'm sitting with myself. What are my thought patterns? What are the things I do consistently? What are these things? The things I have done consistently in the last couple of years. What result has it fetched for me? How have I fed? It's a journey of self-reflection, it's a journey of self-awareness. And if girls learn it early, they will not struggle. They will not struggle about what matters to them at every phase of their life, because they have come to understand and accept themselves. So girls need to learn. So this is when my daughter says to me, Mommy, I'm bored. I said to her things like, okay, why are you bored? and say, okay, what made you think that you're bored? What can you do to stop the boredom? And those are probing questions, and that's what you can do to help your daughter. You do what? You help her find out. You not wanting to know herself, you help her to you help her in that regard by finding by help her find out by asking probing questions, deep questions. So she said, okay, you can. So if she comes to mommy, I'm bored. Oh, mommy, I'm tired. Oh, mommy, I feel. So don't, instead of saying, what do you mean you're tired? What? No, turn it into a conversation starter. That is what you need to be doing. So that when your daughter leaves, I've told you, the voice of your wisdom must always be ringing constantly in the ear of your daughter. So don't say, what do you mean? Am I your entertainer? No. That's an opportunity for you to guide. That is an opportunity for you to lead. Don't let it go because you do not know how to manage your emotions. So she has told mommy, I'm bored, mommy, I this, mommy, I-" so that's a conversation starter. Why are you feeling that way? I've made my daughter sit with herself several times. Why are you feeling that way? And I even tease. I say, is it because of this one? Is it because? So I give her options to now explore. Okay, why am I feeling this way? Is it because this one? Is it because that one? And then she will tell me, mommy, I think I know why I'm feeling this way now. So what have I done? I have just helped her to understand herself better. I've just helped her to know herself. Ask probing. Do not be afraid to ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask her thoughts. What do you think? Things that are important, that you know are important to you, and you're trying to pass across to her. These are the times to be having those conversations with you. All those times when they come to you, say, mommy, I'm this one. What instead of us to do that, that's the time we now say, am I your, because all of us, because we too have not dealt with whatever it is that we're dealing with. So that's why we keep saying that, deal with yourself so that you can be in a good mental and physical state to deal with your daughter. So help her, ask her probing questions. I've asked my daughter, why do you think God created you? I have asked. Oh, I have asked. I do not know what you do not want to know the conversations that brought to brought to the table. I've asked her, why do you think you are? Even you say you are bored, I'll give you something to think about. Do you understand? So see every opportunity that comes to you as for opportunity for conversation starters, teachable moments, so that even when she now leaves you, oh, I you see, she may be appearing like, oh, she's not interested, she's not listening, but you know what? There's a deposit. There's a deposit of you in her. So she's going back to her room on her bed. She's thinking that thing that my mommy said, that's true. Why do I actually think I am here? Do you know that some of us we've never answered that question, and we're 40, we're 45. We've never answered the question of why do we think we are here? And that's why I'm always saying that we should help our, the areas, the things that we learned late. The only favor we can be doing our daughters is for us to teach them early. So that's what you need to be doing. When you find that she's restless, she can't do it herself, help her, guide her thoughts, guide her thinking. That's what you need to do in that time. So the next thing you want to, I mean, the next self-sabotaging act of a teenage girl and how you want to help them is they're not willing to work on perceived limitations. Hmm? So and girls say things like, I'm like that, I'm like that. Oh, if you don't like me, just leave me alone. That's a foolish conversation. And I've told you several, your girls are gonna be making a lot of foolish conversations because they're not fully developed yet. So how can you say that this is a limitation, this is a weakness, and you're not willing to adjust? You're not willing to and say, I know if you cannot accept me like that, who will accept you like that? The world that you're going to go and impact will not accept you like that. The spouse that you eventually marry will not accept you like that. So even the friendships that you're going to have eventually, they're not going to accept you. And then so you see, guys, we say, I cannot. My friends are leaving me. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I've done. Nobody likes me. It is where it's come. An act of self sabotage, and friendship is key. So you want to keep friends. There's some things you need to. There's some skills you need to develop. There's some skills so you cannot not have those skills and I still expect to thrive in friendship. And then when you cannot thrive, you say, oh, nobody likes me. Oh, nobody wants to talk to me. Oh, nobody. Do you understand? Because there will be a point in the life of your daughter that are thriving, are rising, will be dependent on a friendship circle. That is it. There's going to be such a time. So if they are not working, their girls are not willing because they don't want to do that work. They don't want to be bothered. Girls don't want to be stressed. They just want everything to just they want everybody to come and dump everything at the what how they used to say that word now. Just drop everything. They want the whole world to come and drop flat at their feet. But you and I know that life doesn't work like that. They need to be intentional about getting better. So they don't want to work on perceived limitations. They don't. Girls don't. They rather gloss over it, they rather put things over it so that it doesn't have to come up. And then when that character flaw, when that character deficit, and I've told you before, if you notice a character deficit in your daughter, please kindly work on it. Because it's gonna be short changing her later in life if you do nothing about it. If you do nothing about it, it's going to be shock changing her later in life. So that's why you need to be helping her. So if you see, and you don't forget, nobody you know your daughter as much as you. So if you see, if you perceive any limitation, and I'm deliberately choosing the word limitation because she can walk above it. And so I'm not choosing the word weakness, because once you say it's weakness, then they begin to weigh it as though, oh, I can't do anything about it. But it's not true. Apostle Paul, when God was saying blah blah blah, and when God was saying to him that, oh, he said he had a particular challenge, and then he had told God to take it away 3 times. And God had said to him that, you know what, it is my weakness. It is in your weakness, brother, that my strength is made perfect. That means weakness can be worked upon. Limitations can be worked upon. If you have perceived something, that you see that she's struggling, she's not willing. Sometimes some of them are, just subtly rude. Not but the way they talk at times, and you're seeing all of those small gaps. Please work on it. Walk them through it. If you see that your daughter is finding it hard to give honor, walk her through a curriculum of honor. What does honor mean? How do you give honor? How do you receive honor? What are the things that are honorable to do? What are the things that are not honorable to do? I have told you several. If you see a deficit in your daughter, walk her through a curriculum. Walk that in the next 3 months. This is what we'll be focusing on. It's work. It's a lot of work. So the girls are not your girl will not, nobody will, except you are except all of us except you are poked. Everybody likes comfort zone. Oh, there are times I don't want to do a lot of things that I'm doing. But I know that, hey, for the purpose of what we're doing, we need to do it. So it's the same thing for girls. How much more? That's me, a full grown adult. How much more growing girls? So they don't want to work on perceived limitation. And I've said to us, the world that other is going will not accept any half-hearted effort. That is it. If you say that you are the one that's going to excuse me, if you say that you're the one that's going to regulate the world your daughter will be in, the impact you will make, everything, you can say, I want to tweak it here, I want to tweak it there. But no, it's either your daughter is prepared or she's not prepared. There are no two ways, no half measures. At the law school, if you passed 70, 70, 70, and then you got 40 in one, it doesn't matter that you had gotten 70, 70, 70, you're going to get a pass all through. That's the way life works. So your daughter needs to know, she needs to understand, you need to teach her this thing. So help her. I've told you, how do you help her? How do you help her with this one? Then you help her by walking through it, through curriculums, through teachings, through instructions, through prayers as well. Since it's a limitation, it is a weakness, it is a flaw, you need to help her. Because if you do not, it will be short-changing her in the future. And that was a problem that Judas had. Judas had that, if the one that he went to go and meet these people that, oh, I know where Jesus will be, just give me money and I'll just deliver Jesus. That wasn't the first time. He had character deficit before. He'd been picking money. He'd been picking money, and then Jesus will look the other way, everybody look the other way. And that was what now galvanized into what it galvanized into. And then we know the end result of Judas. So please, whatever you see in your daughter, please don't wish it away. Don't say, no, she will outgrow it. It's a lie. You don't outgrow bad manners. You don't outgrow flaws. You don't. You don't. Rather, you just grow into them, and then you begin to wear it everywhere you go, like a garment or a clothing. And it's only a matter of time. It begins to show anywhere you go, it will show up. And you know what? Deficit always shows up. If you're watching me, like, you can put that in the comment section. Deficit always shows. It will show up. It will show up in the way she's talking, in the way she's speaking, in the way she's even making choices. Deficit always shows up. So that's how to help her. I've told you how. Help her walk through it by walking her through a curriculum, by walking her through teachings, through corrections, through boundaries, through prayers. It's also very, very key. So the next thing you need to be doing, if you notice that, another self-sabotaging thing that girls do is that they're always eager to accept people's opinion. Oh, girls, have you not seen? It's not only girls, even adults. You've seen the dress, so you like it quite okay. It's beautiful. But someone you have to call your friend on video, see this dress. What do you think? What do you think that is? Where did you think it started from? Do you understand? So, and girls are the ones that do this. Boys do not struggle with confidence as much as girls. That's why you need to work and do an extra work on the confidence level of your daughter. And I've always told us the world is for the audacious and the confident. So it's a self-sabotage. You always want everybody's opinion. Always, I'll use myself as an example. So when I started, when I started that on my team mentoring and everything, a lot of times I will say to my younger sister, say, what do you think? See this, or listen to this, or hear this. And I'll say to my, I'll say to my friend, like, shout out to my friend, I'll say to say, see this, see this. And I was doing a lot of that, a lot. And and now even no matter what they said, I always see something that I'll just feel like, oh, this is not really. I don't think this is what this is really this. I'll look for a way to downsize my own effort by myself. I always did that. Until I said to myself, for how long will I do this? So if you're downsizing yourself, so okay, when you go to them for this things, what are you expecting? What did you so if they now say to you that okay, no, this is really crap and everything. So what's gonna happen? So are you really gonna stop? Do you understand? So that's what happens. You will always. I don't. It's so that's why you have to build. And how do you help her? You have to build a sense of self. I'm currently working on my next. We're gonna be out with my birthday and all of that. So one of the chapters in that was talking about the sense of self. Your girl has to understand me like this as as the name of the girl. What am I about? If nobody gave an opinion, will I still move? If nobody came to watch my live classes, will I still show up? If I wrote a book and then it's not moving as I want, will I still continue to write? Do you understand? So those are the things that's what I mean when I talk about the need to for people's opinion to die. As long as your daughter is grounded in what she's doing and she's right. See, people don't always give the opinion that we want. I hope you know that. People will always not give the opinion that you want. So the times that they do not give the opinion that you want, so you're not gonna move. And that's where some of us have not taken any step outside of the last criticism that we received. We have not taken any step outside of the last criticism that we received. So girls, they want opinions, and that's why you see them. What's my daughter? Oh, trust me, she does it a lot, and she be like, she would have made up her mind that oh, I am wearing so, and then suddenly, our cousins will say, this is what I'm wearing. I say, hey, before I know it, she has changed her mind. And I was watching, for a while. I say, okay, okay. So as I began to see that, I said, oh, this is where I need to put it. As I began putting in the work, I started putting in the work, and gradually, I began to see a difference. So please, how was I doing that? I began to build a sense of self. You're Judith Etu Williams. This is who you are. These are your strengths. I began to show her these are your strengths. These are things that you do so well. So this one, and and don't forget your voice is like prophecy over the life of your child. I began to say the more I began to say, the more she began to see herself in that light, and gradually, she began to ease into her own self. That would not just grow into herself like that. It will take years. And that's why I always say, what are you saying to your daughter? It's very, very important. As at yesterday night, I still had the conversation when I said, do you think that there are some stuff that I said to you that, I had to, because I evaluate myself. See, I don't think there's someone that is really big on self-evaluation. I'm learning to, so that I can adjust myself, so that I can make, what's the word I'm looking for? So that I can make adjustments, I can correct what I need to correct while I still have the chance now. So girls want opinions too much, and that is why somebody will say something and a girl will come commit suicide. Hi, don't tell me that you have never heard. They say they call her fat, they call her slim, they call her this, they call her that. And then a girl will dwell on that opinion so much. And then she will not be able to move beyond that. And years later, she's still healing from a word that somebody said to her. Let me tell you something. I said something to my daughter years and years ago. I said, you know what? No matter what you hear, no matter what anybody says to you, the most important voices in your life, there are three voices. Either the voice of God, my voice, and your father's voice. I said that a long time ago, such that does not become second nature. So there's nothing you say to her that it cannot enter. I was very intentional because I know that the time will come when she'll be looking for opinions. And really, what opinions are people giving? And you know what? Most times, people give the opinions from their own place of unhealed issues, unhealed traumas, unhealed pain, their own disappointment, the lens with which they used to mirror life. That's how they dish out opinions. And I will not collect that opinion. I will not be running with it as a final verdict. As how? But that's what girls do. They're always eager. Everybody's opinion. They be here, that's what you say, what do you think? And the girl will go, I see my hair, and I really think it's fine. Or what do you think? What do you mean, what do you think? Have you not seen the mirror? It's fine, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. So you're good. So go, move. Move. This is yeah. I want to really buy that dress, but I want to take you there. Even adults do that. At your age, your old age, please pardon me. You want to buy a cloth, it's beautiful for you, but you need the opinion of somebody to come and see whether it's. I don't understand. Is that person the one that will wear it? You know, my shout out to my friend. Shout out to her. I think it's because I actually missed her a lot. You know, so I said to her, I said I hate lace. I have always I don't this is just the example that comes to mind. I've always said to her, I said I hate lace. I don't know why. I just know that it's very uncomfortable, it's rashy on the body. And I said, okay, these are the type of lace I have. I mean, I like. And then that's the type of polished lace that I do like. I like those ones. But all these there was a time that all these kind of laces, I don't know their names now. Very funny looking, very weird looking, uncomfortable looking laces. And I begin to see people go out of their way to buy those laces, and I go, oh my god. And you know what? That has not left my hand. And she goes, oh, I said, but no, yeah. She goes, some of them are really nice, blah, 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 blah. And I said, no, that's my opinion. That's so I don't need anybody's other opinion to come and, put it on me. No, I don't want it. I don't like it. There are other clothes in the market. It doesn't have to be this one that is itching my body, that's making my body red, scratching me, tearing me. I don't want it. But girls, they want to heap on themselves opinions of people, people that they want to heap on themselves opinions of people that are not projected rightly. I've told you, people's opinion come from trauma, ill pain, disappointment, life lessons, life circumstances, all of those things. That is where each and every one of us, including myself, that's where my opinion comes from. So why am I dumping it on somebody and I'm making it what somebody needs to live by? Do you understand? But girls do that all of the time. So how do you help her? You need to help her build a sense of self. Me, what am I about? What matters to me? What is important in my life? What do I want to be important in my life? That is how you're beginning to gradually build a sense of self for your teenage girl. It will not happen overnight, but you need to start early. So the next self-sabotaging attitude of girls and what to do to help them is girls, they don't want to take instructions. Hey, this one, especially if your girl is choleric, especially if your girl, they are very opinionated, widely independent, and extremely strong-willed. How are you going to help her? Give her. I mean, you know what? Of course, nobody can rise in this life without instruction. Nobody. Go and check it. Nobody's instructing you. Nobody's telling you what to do. Not even God. Are you aware there's some people like that? God cannot instruct them. Man cannot instruct them. Nobody can instruct them. Yes, there are people like that. It's a dangerous way of living. It's a very dangerous because by the time your life is gonna crash, you're not gonna know because there's nobody saying nothing. So do you now see why? And then you give an instruction, the girls, they're just whining, they're just going up and down. They don't want to take instruction. You're not going to accept it because it's self-sabotage. Yes, the Bible says that there's a way that seems right unto a man. He would think that he's fine, the smart, he thinks he's smart, he's right in his eyes. But the end is destruction. Girls don't want to take instruction. They don't want to. They must argue, they must reason, they must rationalize, they must do everything except that instruction. And what do you do? And do not forget, this is where you need to be extending grace to your girl. Our prefrontal cortex, she's still growing. So yes, you keep yes, is that's the job you have collected now. For as many times as it takes, you keep repeating, and then you keep insisting. As we're coming back from church this afternoon, so something happened in church that was very interesting, and then my daughter and the girls were having a conversation about it. And I was just asking them, I'm trying to ask what their opinion about it was. And she goes, my daughter goes, mommy, it's not really that deep. It's not. I said, oh, okay. I said, okay, no, let me now make it categorically clear from here. As you're progressing to teenagehood, this and this is not going to happen. I insisted, no, if you like, go and I don't care. I've insisted. So you can't flip it. You can't say because I've told her. What does that mean? You've told her, so you left her. What does the Bible say about the child that is left to itself? The child will suddenly self-destruct. Don't get tired. Insist on this with serious consequences, serious ones. I've not said yell, I've not said shout. No, think. As a parent, you think, what can I do that will get through to this girl? You're not seeking to punish, don't forget me. You're seeking to make a mark, make an impression. She'll come back and hug you one day later for it. So insist on with consequences. So I've said this is what is, and of course, because she's a teenage girl, don't forget you cannot begin to dole out or dish out rules the way you used to do when she was much younger. The two of you make come to an, so this is why we're doing this. Your daughter wants justice, she wants fairness. She have said to her that no night party. She wants to understand why. So you're not going to go and be preaching fear. This is why I think you're not going to have this now. Because this and this and things that happen at night parties. Don't forget, you want to come with a strong argument. That's why your own argument was always strong. You must always be a step ahead of your daughter, no matter what. If you're parenting a teenage girl, you must always be a step ahead. You must always be a step ahead. So insist, because it's self-sabotage. Oh. Any child that will not listen to instruction, any teenage girl that will not listen to, they will go. That's why there's a lot of problem these days. A lot, too much, and too many of it are coming from instructionless young girls that feel that oh they can do anyhow. They can. Your daughter cannot do anyhow. She's not allowed for the sake of where she's going. That's what I said to her. I said, you're not, I said, anybody can, but you are not allowed. Not for anything. It is self preservation because of where you're going, because I know where you're going. And that's why I told us months and months ago, have you seen where your daughter is going? Have you visualized, have you envisioned where your daughter is going? Because if you have, you will know. You will know that there's some things that she must not do, that she cannot do. She cannot. Not because it's sin, Abi is wrong, Abi is not wrong, but because of where she's going. Question, do you know where your daughter is going? So the next act of self-sabotage that girls do, and now you can help them, is girls don't stick with a girl. The girls do not like to stick with their own self-imposed boundaries. It's the two of you by herself, but she sat and said, you know what, mommy, after this one, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna by herself, or she placed herself on that, and then she wants to go and be cheating herself again. Yes, and don't forget, I said every bad thing every bad culture is a learnt behavior. She learnt it somewhere. So you want to go and be checking, check your surrounding, check everywhere. Before you start saying, you did not do this one. This one you say you did not do it. What of you? What of you? So that you don't sound hypocritical. All of the things that you say you do, you will do. How many of them have you done? How many of them have you left undone? And these are where this is the environment your daughter is growing up from, where she's picking life lessons from. So, how are you going to help your daughter? Let her know the danger. You too, I'm going to let you know the danger of not sticking to your self-imposed boundaries. You said to yourself that I will read at least a chapter a day. But this is May. You said to yourself that, oh, I'm going to cut down on my hours on my phone. But this is May. It's if anything it has even increased. You said to yourself that, oh, I'm going to start working, taking my health seriously. This is May. You said to yourself that, oh, I'm going to start taking my finances more seriously. I'm going to start budgeting. I'm going to, all of when this year was starting, all of those things that you said to yourself, alpha. So that is you not sticking to your self-imposed boundaries. So how do you now expect your daughter to do any better? She can't. She can't do any better. She can't do any better. So how do you do? Let her know the danger. You also, you know the danger of what you're doing. That means there will be no growth. There will be no visible growth. That's it. So any girl, and you know what the Bible says about someone without boundaries? It says like a city whose walls has broken down. Anyone can just enter you. One boy can carry a nonsense and come and dump. One girl can come. Everybody just be dumping their nonsense because there are no boundaries. You have said to yourself that, oh, I am not going to stay after school. I'm just going to come home straight, come and have a nap, and then continue with my whatever. And then you have said, your daughter said that to herself. And you see her deviating, and then you're not doing anything about it because you don't want to upset her. Please upset her. Oh. She'll be fine. You're not ice cream. You are not ice cream. So please, not sticking to a self-imposed boundary is one of, as a matter of fact, that is the biggest form of self-sabotage. Because she will not know, she will never learn how to say no to other people entering her anyhow. Because she's already entering herself anyhow. She'll begin to shift goalposts on boundary, on discipline. She begin to shift it until the lines are completely blurred. So let her know the danger. And I've just told you the danger. She's exposed. She's open. So the next thing that girls do to self-sabotage is they're secretive. Girls, oh gosh, girls are secretive. I don't know how else to say this. Girls are highly, extremely secretive. Or when they are not secretive, they now go to people that are not wiser than them, their fellow girls, and they try to begin to figure out life. It's self-sabotage because many girls have entered into a ditch. Oh, I don't want that in my business. What does that? What is the meaning of that statement? What does that statement even mean? You don't want who in your business. I'm gonna be in your business, man, until I know that you are able to handle your business by yourself very well. So be in your daughter's business. I've not said snoop through, no, but be there. If you're there, and the only way to help her in this area is check on your, I mean, work on your parenting with her. You want your daughter to come to you. You want her to come to you, yes. You want her to come to you and tell you things that's happening to her. But for every time she say, "Mommy, can I have a minute?" Mommy, she will call you 4 times before you even hear because you're already engrossed in the gist between what is happening in the internet for the past couple of days now. Me, I did not even know. Honestly, until yesterday, I now began to see status. I said, what's going on? They say one artist, one wants to be a millionaire. What? Because you're so engrossed. And you now go from Insta blog to this to all. You go to all of the blogging sites to go and read about one particular. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. And you want to, and you want, and you know what? You know that wants communication with you. And another thing, you say you want your daughter, you don't want her to be secretive, oh, but the one she told you in confidence. You went to people. See, do not misunderstand me. There are circles where your daughter is safe. Yes, that is the one I call other adults in the life of your girl. Yes, I do that. My daughter has other adults. In case anything happens, I'm not there or I can't be there. She knows who to turn to. That is different from just random people that don't even know what they're doing with their own daughters. Those are the people that you carry your daughter's matter. You say, hey, see what my girl has done. Oh, hey. And then you begin to go to you go to other people to with what your daughters have done, and you want her to be open to you. How is that going to happen? Thank you, sir. How is that going to happen? Tell me how that will happen. Tell me how. So you want her to be open with you. You want her to be free with you. But last time she did that with you, you carried the matter, or you even now went to make it bad. You now to now make it bad. You There is noise at the background. Oh, okay. I'll work on that. Thank you. So to not make it bad, you now use it. The next time you people now have a fallout, it is that thing that she told you. You know, is to even embarrass her very well, and you still want her to continue to be secretive with you. I mean, to be open with you. Okay, now, how is that going? In which world will that happen? So that's what I'm saying to you. If you don't want this, and do you know why? Oh, keeping secret is self-sabotaging. I've done it. It cost me. Trust me, I've done it. And the only thing my mom said when I was done with everything, she said, "Ah, so why didn't you tell me?" And I felt very horrible, trust me. And it was a major life issue. A major life issue. Do you see why I now say it's a self-sabotage? How can you be wiser than you? And that's why I said, as a parent, you must up your game. You must be wise. You must grow your wisdom quotient. You must grow it. To parent this once, this Gen Alpha, Gen X, you must grow your wisdom quotient. So you need to grow it so that you can know what to say when your daughter comes to you. And you know what? She's testing you with that information. Say, let me see how my mommy will handle this. Let me see how my mommy will handle this. Let me see. And then if you handle one bad, you never hear another one. And she begins to go and look for wisdom where there's no wisdom. So check your parenting. Are you bossy? Are you harsh? Are you authoritative? Is it your way or the highway? Do you see your daughter? Do you understand that she's not perfect? Do you know that she will make mistakes? Some of us, I remind, if you know how I used to, especially in my current circumstances, I need to keep reminding myself constantly that my daughter is not an adult yet. My daughter is not fully formed yet. So I give allowance. Even when I'm saying I've repeated this one, even this morning I've still done it. I've still extended grace. Yes, will I be frustrated? Yes, but will I now give up? No. So I will still extend grace. Say, I know I've been saying it, and they carry a matter. Or you begin to say because you are angry. I put that post up yesterday. Because you are angry, you are hurt, you are disappointed, you don't know what to say. And you begin to dump everything you know that is so unfair. That is so unfair. And then you still want that to come to you. The same words you used to utter, you want to still comfort her with the same words. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Even to you, does it add up? It doesn't. It doesn't. So check your parenting. Because I've told you, the one I kept from my mom, oh, trust me, I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't. I wish I spoke when it happened. I opened up everything. She would have helped me. But in my limited wisdom. So, as I'm saying to you now, you don't want your daughter to be secretive with you, please check your parenting. Yes, be firm, but still be. Use your friendship with your daughter as a tool to enter her life. It's not a relationship. No, you should go and have your own friends. I have my friends. So if you don't have friends, it's trauma that is worrying you, nothing else. Go and make your own friends. Check your values. Then make friends based on them. How do you want to do life alone? There are times that it's not that I'm maturing in handling my emotions. But there are times I'll just carry my phone. I'll just chat my friend say, hey, it's as if I'm losing it. Do you understand? I chat my sisters. It's as if do you understand me? So imagine how do I deal with all of that alone? And the time when I want someone to cheer me too, hey, go girl, say, hey, see what I've done, see what I've done. Same and vice versa. My friend comes say, hey, for me, this. You know? So who does life in isolation? So that's why you're saying, my daughter is my friend. Your daughter is not your friend. Me, I'm telling you again. Please go and make your own friends. Or based on your values. And check your parenting. Are you harsh? Some of us, our words is like blades. If you say one word, do you know what? I'm still working. I've been attending becoming an emotionally intelligent parent course for over 4 years. I'm still attending. It's a yearly course I do. But you know what? Sometimes even when I'm still frustrated or I'm tired, and I still say to her, don't make me say what will make you cry. Hey, I have stopped saying that one too now because I realized that even that itself is an awful statement. Why do you think they have the capacity to say to somebody else something that will make them cry? I said, God, you help me. I don't want to have that kind of evil capacity. Any word that I want to speak, I want to be what that will lift, what that will edify, what that will grow. So that is you will constant, and you know why I always share my stories with you so that I can understand that it's not I'm not coming from a place of perfection, but what I'm coming from is a place of awareness of what I am doing with my daughter. Awareness. You want that to come to you, but you shame her all the time. She's coming here. Just wait for her. You shame her all the time. You compare her all the time. You never see her. You don't see her effort. The ones that she does so well, you don't see. The girl has finished cooking for you. Oh, the kitchen is a mess. Yes, but acknowledge that she has cooked for you. She has thought of you. Enough say, mama needs food. Or my dad needs things. He said, no. What do you mean? What did you see? And they begin to, what is this? All of that noise. See, I'm not even shouting. I'm even feeling headache. Let's talk of when you're not just shouting. Are you not tired? So the next thing that girls do, and I've told you why that's the self-sabotage, and I've also told you what to do to help her. The next thing that girls do that self-sabotage them is they stay in places or settings or friendships that don't let them grow. They stay in places, in settings or friendships that don't let them grow. Why? Why is your so I would say go back to your parenting again. Why is your daughter preferring that kind of place to your space? Why? Why is your daughter feeling she's better off among friends that they'll just talk silly things together than coming home to come and say, Mommy, this is what's going on? Why? So intentionally curate our environment and also watch your own. Maybe those are the kind of friends that you're also keeping. Friends that discourage you, friends that are always criticizing you, and I don't understand. Are you a tree? So people, you finish talking with them, and then you feel the weight of the whole world on your head, and you still want to continue to talk to such people. I don't understand. I don't understand. You finish talking with some people, and you feel like so they have punched you. I used to feel like I used to have a kind of relationship like that. There is nothing that I did. It was as though I would feel so tired. How can for God's sake, how can it be that tiring? Are you a tree? and girls are still doing it. See, you would think at these things, these are my communications with girls. A girl will be asking, he used to call me stupid. He used to, I don't know, should I say, but I like him. Hey, God. Hey, God. Why? It's self sabotage because you know what? It will keep killing that sense of self that she's trying to build. How can you be in a place and every time you're done, you feel drained, you feel tired, you feel weary? When you're done conversing with your friends, you should feel energized, to take on life. If you were sad before calling them, by the time you are done with the conversation, you should feel okay. If you were confused before calling them, you should feel, oh, okay, there's clarity now, at least to some extent. That is how it's supposed to be. So are you done with your friends? What are you doing in places, in settings, in friendships, in places where you feel like the weight of the whole world is still on you, and you are still there gladly carrying that weight? Me, I don't understand. Is it jazz? It's like it is jazz. It must be jazz. So curate, and that's why I said deliberately curate the environment where your girl will make friends from. Be deliberate. Don't be in a rush. Watch. Are they aligned? Yes, I agree. You won't choose their friends, but you can make the environment happen. I said bring them to the academy. They will meet other girls there that believe in the same thing, that have the same values, do the same thing, same activities, same attitude to life, same disposition, same mindset. Because if your girl continues to stay in places, in settings, in friendships where she's not being grown, it will continue to kill the little whatever effort that you're putting in. It will not show. It's like you have come to go and place a seed on a rock. Will it grow? Or you go and place it between thorns. What does it what will happen? It will choke it. So many girls are choked, yet they still can't move. It's self-sabotage. Another thing that girls do, and I've told you what to do, curate their environment, be deliberate, be intentional about everything in the life of your girls. And then also watch your own. What's my environment like? Is my environment thriving me or is choking me? If it's choking you, you might want to adjust. You're not a tree. You might want to need to move. Not for yourself, but for your daughter too. Because don't forget, what you're doing, you're teaching your daughter what to do as well. So if you're not doing, your daughter you will struggle to make decisions. So another thing that's a self-sabotage for girls is that they love entertainment over love of development. Do see, don't miss everybody like entertainment. I love good movies here and there. I really the criminal ones and everything. I love that. It's fine. But when that's what you're now doing too for, it becomes a problem. And have you seen girls? K drama, Telemundo. Oh, I used to be, but I've gotten my deliverance years ago. They will just watch and watch and watch and watch and watch and watch. Binge watch. Entertainment only feeds the flesh. That is it. Your flesh is fed. You feel your personal impulse, your craving is satisfied. But she has to now decide if she wants to, either she wants to watch or be watched. That's why I said to myself, I say to myself, and I heard it from a coach a long time ago. He said, people that are making the news, they don't watch the news. I said, hey, God, I beg. People that are making the news, they don't have time to watch the news. And I made up my mind that I'm not just gonna leave. As long as God grants me capacity, I'll not just my life will not just be about go to work, come back from work, and then that is it, and then that is it. No. When people hear my name, at least as many as know me, they say, okay, there is a woman. Let's come and say a girl. I don't think I will get it. You know? So they love entertainment more than they love self-development. So when will she grow? When will she do the things that will make her grow? When will she read that book? When will she take that course? When will she do that exercise? And she keeps complaining, Mommy, and then she's not doing anything about it. And here she is, loving entertainment more than personal growth. So entertainment only feed your flesh. It only make you feel good in the now. And after that, what next? So she has to decide. That's a question. You have to ask her. I talked about asking probing questions. Yes, these are part of the probing questions. She needs to ask herself whether she wants to watch or she wants to be watched. And if she wants to be watched, she cannot afford to sit all day. Instagram to TikTok, from TikTok to Kinecon live to Kinecon. How can you spend your whole day? How? How? It's self-sabotage because she will not grow that way. So another thing that girls do that self-sabotage them is not wanting to deeply apply their minds. That's another thing. Very shallow. Girls can be very surface level. They want to do and move on to the next thing. So my daughter has been, she has a role she has to play somewhere, and I said, okay, you know what? So this is what we're going to do. And she said, mommy, I cannot do this. I said, not me and you. We're not just cannot do it this way. Take this as resources. Sit down, sit with it, study. Oh yeah, tell me what. Oh yeah, bring. She would, if I could easily have said, I'll do it for you. Oh, I could take it over. I said, okay, you know what? And she'll go and deliver excellent. I said, no, that's not the way to go. So they don't want to apply their minds because girls, they're just lazy. They don't want to apply their minds. So you have to teach. How do you help her? You have to teach her that the future belongs to people who are ready to harness their mind, and that is the truth. People who are ready to think creatively. So when will she start if not from here? This is where she needs to start from. This is where she needs to start from. So your girl needs to be taught that the future belongs to people who are ready to harness and apply their minds. Think. Sit down and think. This is I'm forcing myself to sit and think. Trust me. Think. What can I do? What difference can I make? How can I do this? How can I? And if when you begin to ask yourself those questions, you begin to get revelations of insights to do. Or even if you don't know what to do, you begin to know who to ask, where to go, where to direct your questions. And before you know it, you know exactly what it is that you want to do. But when every something comes at you, you're saying, ah, no, it's too stressful, it's too this, and then you don't want to apply your mind. So how do you want to lead? How do you want to make a difference in this world that you're saying? I don't know. Does she want to? I don't understand. Except that you want to, and I've told. They said that you're raising your daughter for your. Except that you're raising your daughter for your, your duplex, your home and everything. But if you're raising your daughter for the whole world, you're raising her to go and make, compete in the world and make an impact and make a difference. Then she needs to know how to apply her mind because the people that she's gonna meet, her competitors, they're not playing. Your daughter's competitors are not playing. Let me just tell you in case you don't know. They're not playing. Then the last one that girls do that's a self-sabotage and what you can do is they constantly compare and compete with other girls. Have you seen adult grown-up women compete and compare? Oh, adult women. Oh, my friend bought this. Oh, my friend that. My friend did that. Competition and comparison for things that make absolutely no sense. They compete, they compare. Forgetting that we can't all be the same. Look at our fingers. My fingers, different. My fingerprints, different. Yours, everybody. But we all have different strength, different selling points, different vantage points, different everything. So your girl needs to stand in her authenticity. Your girl needs, how do you help her? You have to teach her to thrive in her own strength by making her aware. How will she know the strength that she's not aware of? What she doesn't know, how will she make use of it? How will she stand in it? And how will you know if you do not observe your daughter? How will you know if you don't spend time? How will you know if you're not watching her? How will you know you're not watching her to see what is the quality of this girl? What is the strength of this girl? What are the giftings of this girl? Some of us don't know the giftings of our daughters. I'm giving you that as an assignment. Go and observe your daughter. And whatever you see as a gifting, as a strength, write it down and begin to see how you want to help her work on that to fine-tune that gifting. That gifting is there for a reason. Some of your daughter can sort things in split seconds. Some of your daughters are very fast thinkers. Some of your daughter can swap things and do things together. Some of you know are very good with their hands, but you have not noticed, you have not observed. The one that you're observing is that she's not getting A in maths. Imagine anybody now frustrating me because I wasn't getting A in maths. Because I wasn't getting A in maths. Doesn't mean that I'm any less smarter than my sister that will clear A and then all of the time. So the ones that you should see in your daughter, you're not seeing it. You're so focused. You're so fixated on what she's not seeing, what she doesn't have strength for. Instead of it to help her build that strength. I've told you several years ago, is this ever 1 or 2 years ago? I said that you can only build from strength to weakness. You cannot build from weakness to support. You want to do that way around. All our mates are this, and I begin to, and even when you want to say it, even for some of you that have 2 or 3 girls together, I say, can you not see this? And you still do this job of comparison. Why? Instead of comparing, please go and find out what is my daughter's unique strength. If you don't know, go and pray. God, show me my daughter so that I can know what I'm supposed to be doing with her. So all this fight I'm fighting with her, I can know that is not necessary. So I can sit down with her, help her, because that's it, that's strength, that's gifting, that's strength and potential. That is what she needs to go and be making the difference that she needs to make in the world. It's already in her. Go and watch her, observe your daughters more closely. So some of the daughters, they love to help. They love to help. Some of them, you just watch. I've said like 5 or 6 or 7 now. Watch your daughter. What are her giftings? So that she will understand. When she knows her own unique and vantage point, she will understand that she does not need to compete with anybody, or she doesn't need to constantly compete. So all of the unhealthy competition can come. It can end at our own generation. So that these current girls that were bringing up, they are growing into their own individuality. They are going into their own strength as a girl, as a woman, and then they focus on that. Imagine me, your daughter focusing on her strength. Imagine my daughter focusing on her strength, the daughter of your friend, everybody focusing on their individual strength, and everybody coming collectively to do amazing things. Imagine how beautiful that would be. So those are things you need to be working on. Teach them to thrive in their own strength. Help her, guide your daughter into her strength. That's your ministry in her life now. That's the job that you have collected in her life. Guide her to her strength. Help her to her strength. She may not know. So I noticed some things about, and I said, oh, I said that this was actually a strength for you. And I began to say, okay, what do we do? How do we harness? That is how you think. You sit, you think, how do I help this girl? I've seen that, oh, she's kind, she's quite difficult. But instead of that, it's the fact you want to fight her that she's not getting A in maths. I don't know why I'm coming to maths again because I did not get A in maths. So, dear parents, these are the things because you know what? If you continue to let her compare and compete and contrast, she would never be able to use her own strength for anything. The best should be second best. And you now see. So you need to help her. And these are things that girls do. And don't forget, all of this is cumulative of our environment. Everything I've said today is cumulative of the environment of a girl. That's why I say that deliberately, intentionally curate the right environment for your girl. I didn't even think that we were going to stay this long because trust me, the cold is really, but it's fine. So we mentioned 10 things. Go back to the video if you missed any of them and begin to see which one is my daughter doing. That is an act of self-sabotage. And for everyone I've mentioned, I've told you what to do to help your daughter. Okay, and then that's what we're calling it for a day for today. Don't forget, my book is coming out. It's coming out on my birthday. So there will be will there be sales? I don't know. I'm not sure, but please watch out for it. And for the other books I've written, they're on Amazon, they're on seller. Buy for your girl. If you need link, please get to us, reach us to our YouTube community, Instagram community, and then we'll get you the links, get you the link to buy our resources. And do not forget, enroll your girls, bring them on board. Girls thrive better in community. Me, I'm saying my own. No, all right. Thank you for coming to um the thank you for joining us live, and for everyone that wasn't been joining, that will be catching the replay. Trust me, I don't take it for granted. And then I hope to see you guys spend our lives next week. And oh yes, before I forget, we're gonna have something for the girls for summer as well. We're cooking it together for summer. Once it's ready and once it's done, we will share the details. Thank you for being here. Once again, my name is Fumlola Akintola Williams. Thank you. God bless you. Bye bye.